Okay, good morning once again, class. Welcome back to our sessions. It has been 1 week since we last met. So I requested you to open the file we were working on last time. And let's see, I think we were able to finish up to horizontal analysis. So just a quick review. We have the common size statement. We were working on that last time, or otherwise known as vertical analysis. Okay, this is called vertical analysis because everything is expressed in terms of a a particular account. For the income statement, it's sales. So sales will always appear to be 1 or 100%, and the rest are fractions or proportions of sales, which is a pretty good thing to do because we would like to compare all the items in the income statement to sales. For example, this one is our profit margin, 3.6%. It means that for every 100 pesos of sales, we're getting 3.3 pesos and 60 centavos as a bottom line, as our profit. Okay. Now, as to the question whether this is okay or not, there are two things that we need to do. There are two things that we need to consider. And we looked at that last time. We said, number one is the competitors, and the second one is time. We always benchmark our, whether it's our common size statement, our vertical analysis, we always compare it with the direct competitor. So for example, in the industry, if the average in the industry was a profit margin of 5%, then our conclusion is that this company is lagging behind. Okay, lagging, LA. It lags behind the industry average. Okay, or if the company, for example, has a direct competitor and the direct competitor has a profit margin of 7%, then we say that the company is not performing well. It's lagging behind its direct competitor. Its direct competitor is able to generate more profit, generate more sales relative to the performance of the firm. Okay, so we don't only look at it in terms of the direct competitor, we also take a look at it in terms of time, how the performance has evolved over the years or over time. So if we see this example, in 2019, the profit margin was 2.56%, and 2020 proved to be a not so good year, where the profit margin dropped to 1.63% negative, which means for every 100 pesos of sale, the company was losing 1.63 pesos of revenues. So mas malaki pa yung gastos kaysa dun sa kita ng company. So this is what these figures tell us, this common size statement. Okay, and then we also have the horizontal analysis. And the horizontal analysis takes into consideration the time element because it compares the growth rate, the growth between two consecutive periods. For example, what does this figure 2019 to 2020? What does this 70% mean? Okay, what does this mean? It means that sales grew by from 3432, it became 5834. Sales increased by 70%. Okay, and then comparing 2020 and 2021, sales grew by 20.59%. Okay, so the growth in the 2020 to 2021 period was less than the growth in the 2019 to 2020 period. However, the glaring thing here is that sales grew by 70%, and yet the profit margin went down by 208%. Okay, so something has to be analyzed or has to be looked into by the company in terms of its operations. Okay, because although sales grew by 70% in the 2019 to 2020 period, cost of goods sold increased by 73.88%. So mas malaki pa yung rate of increase ng cost of goods sold, okay, or cost of sales kaysa dun sa increase ng revenues. And other expenses also, no? Laki ng tinaas, 111%. Okay, it more than doubled. Okay, so that's why yung ano natin, yung performance dun sa period na 2019 to 2020, it really suffered a lot, no? Kita naman natin dito in terms of absolute figures, your net income was already a net loss. Okay, so these figures do tell a story. However, Clash, ang limitations ng isang ratio analysis is that it's always backward looking. It looks at what happened in the past. It's also important for the company to forecast, to look at what may be in the future. Kaya forecasting is a very important activity done by the company to try to see what might happen in the next years. Kasi ito, lahat to, historical to. No? The historical record of what happened in the past. Okay? So as far as the balance sheet is concerned, we said that for the common size statement, the basis is always the total assets or total liabilities and equity, since total assets is equal to total liabilities and equity. Okay? So it tells us, for example, for the balance sheet, that a big chunk of the investment of the firm in assets for this company was on inventories. Okay? So ang fixed assets niya, 23.79%. And again, the question is this good or bad? Okay? We don't just look at figures in isolation. We have to look at it in context. Context for example, context dun sa industriya, no? In the industry, which includes the direct competitor. Okay? In the industry, ano ba yung common na practice ng companies? Are they more invested in fixed assets? Kasi kung manufacturing to, no? If this is manufacturing, then it's very important that the company also invests in fixed assets or property, plant, and equipment. Okay? So those things that need to be answered. And also secondly, sabi natin, tingnan natin yung growth rate, no? Ano nangyayari sa, for example, sa inventories over time? Okay, nag-i-increase ba siya in comparison to the previous years? Kasi pag nag-i-increase siya, ibig sabihin the company is investing more in inventories, and that's also a good sign. Okay, so we take a look at the picture holistically, hindi lang yung income statement, pati din yung balance sheet, to see not only the results of the operations but also the financial position of the firm. Okay, let me pause for a while. Okay, paki-chat please if clear so far yung review natin ng common size statement, vertical analysis, okay, and the horizontal analysis. Okay, thank you. Let's wait for the others to give their feedback if clear so far yung explanation natin. Kasi may project kayo, class, yung project nyo will be group project, okay, and then you will be asked to analyze a financial statement. So siguro next Thursday, didiscuss natin yon so that you can already start working on that project. And it's all about analyzing financial statements. Okay. All right. So let's proceed with we already did the cash flow statement. Okay. And now we go to ratios. Okay, thank you, Jenna. Sige. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at the different types of ratios. So what we're going to discuss, we're not going to discuss all the ratios, but we're going to limit it into these types of ratios. No? Number one, this one is liquidity ratios. Then AM means asset management. So these are liquidity. Okay, liquidity. Then we have asset management. AM stands for asset management here. Then DR stands for your debt ratios. Okay, PR are your profitability ratios. And lastly, MV are your market value ratios. Okay, so these are the different types of ratios that we're going to look at in this class, and that this will help you with your project, with your group project. So what is liquidity? What does it measure? So these are very important concepts that we need to know. Okay, anyone? What do liquidity ratios measure? When we talk of liquidities, what do we want to observe? What do we want to analyze? Any volunteer? Okay. Mike, the rate at which assets are turned into cash. Okay, so all right, quite similar to that, no? Thank you, Mike. But there's another thing that there's another factor that we need to consider about liquidity. Liquidity are those ratios that measure the capability of the firm to pay its short-term obligations. Okay, cash flows, yes, related siya. Okay, again, class, kindly share your answer to everyone, please. Okay, please share your answer to everyone. So sabi dito ni Mike, the rate at which assets are turned into cash. This is more liquidation, Mike, no? Pag kunyari, i-liquidate na yung company, kino-convert nila yung assets nila into cash. So, tapos sabi din ni Miguel, no? Cash flows, yes, related siya sa cash flows, but specifically, class liquidity refers to, okay, the capability of the firm to pay its current obligations. This is more current obligations. Kasi pag long-term obligations na, ang tinitingnan natin solvency. So liquidity is different from solvency. Okay, liquidity is more, it measures more the capability of the firm to pay off its current obligations, while solvency looks at the company's capability to pay its long-term obligations. Okay, so we have two ratios here that deal with liquidity. Una, yung current ratio, tapos yung quick ratio. So anong formula ng current ratio? Current ratio is simply current assets over current liabilities. Okay? Ito yung formula ng current ratio. Magkano yung amount ng current assets na available yung company para bayaran yung current liabilities niya. Okay, so let's generate the formula here. The value here, current assets. So for 2021, this is the total current assets and then divided by the total current liabilities. So ito yung dinidivide natin. Okay? So we have 2.58 and then, okay, copy natin to the right. All right, and then once again, class, I'd like to pause and ask you kung if you were able to follow. Dun sa computation natin sa current ratio. Or if you want me to repeat, okay, so let me flash the formula here. So it's C22 over C30. It's the total current assets divided by the total current liabilities. Okay, how about the rest? Walo pa lang yung nag-respond. You are 37 in class here. Let's wait for the others to key in their responses kung nakahabol sila, kung nakuha nila yung computation ng current ratio. Okay, we haven't even reached half. Okay, so let's wait for the others to give their feedback. Thank you so much. Okay, good. I hope we reach at least 80%, 90% would be fine, would be excellent. Okay, wala pa tayong 80%. Okay, a few more seconds, please. All right, thank you. Okay, thank you so much for your responses. Okay, let me check kung may question. Okay, please feel free. Thank you so much. Please feel free, class, to raise your hands if you have any questions. All right, so let's take a look at our answer. So what does this mean in 2.58 na to? Well, you know the formula. No? So the technical way to the straightforward way to interpret this is that for every 1 peso of current liability that the company needs to pay for the next year, okay, the company has 2.58 pesos of current assets to pay off its current obligations. All right, then of course we would want to ask, is this good or bad? Again, when you answer questions like this, always take a look at it from a twofold perspective. Number one, benchmarking against a direct competitor. Number two, benchmarking against time. If you look at the time element here, okay, from 233, it went down to 1.46. Liquidity became weaker in 2020, but it recovered in 2021, 2.58. Now, to look at it deeper, we need to look at the quality of your current assets. Okay? Because if we take a look at current assets, a big chunk of it is tied up to inventories. Okay, so, and we know that if this is a manufacturing company, we need to look at what kind of inventory this is. Is this finished goods? Is this work in process, or is this just raw materials? If this is raw material, then the company might have problems. Kasi, okay, if we just add, okay, no, I'll go to that later, no? So malaki kasi yung inventories, no? And it accounts for 48%. Okay, so makikita natin dito guys on the right side yung yung percentage ng ng current assets. While total current liabilities is 29%, no? They have the same divisor anyway. So they are comparable in a sense kasi total assets, total liabilities, and equity are the same, no? Okay, so 48.41% yung inventories, no? Ibig sabihin, yung current assets natin, yung more liquid, yung cash, short-term investments at saka AR, they only account for around 28%. Around 28% lang kasi if we add this, around 26%, 27%. So mas malaki pa yung inventories, no, kaysa dun sa other current assets. Okay. All right. And then also, sabi natin, we have to benchmark it against the industry or the direct competitor. Here we're given the information that the industry average is 2.7. So we can say that the company is less liquid compared to the industry average. Kasi ang industry average, 2.7. While the company is lagging in at 2.58 liquidity ratio, particularly current ratio. Okay, and then we said that in current ratio might not be so much helpful ratio in terms of liquidity. A more strict ratio is quick ratio. Ano yung quick ratio? quick ratio, ang ginagamit lang natin sa current assets natin would be cash, okay, plus marketable securities lang, and then divide this by your current liabilities. So which means this is a more strict ratio. Mas strict tong ratio na to kasi yung ang binibilang natin para bayaran yung yung current liability is only cash and marketable securities. It does not even include receivables. Okay, kasi there might be some industries where the average collection period sa receivables is quite long. Okay, especially in big industries, pwede yung receivables collection nila matagal, no? Especially in let's say in industries where kunyari mga machineries or big capital assets yung binebenta, baka mas usually pag ganun kasi may mga installment plans yan, kaya mas matagal yung collection. Okay, so let's measure yung quick ratio. So the quick ratio will only include the most liquid assets, which are cash and short-term investments or marketable securities. Okay, so sila lang, no? Sum natin. Sum, okay, and then divide it by your current liabilities. So mas maliit lagi si quick ratio. Assuming na may inventories, may receivables. Okay, so we can see here that as regards the quick ratio, which is yung cash natin plus marketable securities divided by current liabilities, may problema yung company natin. Kasi sa bawat piso ng current liability that will fall due in the next period, in the current operating period, the company has only 8 centavos, no? 8 centavos lang ng cash at saka short-term investments, yung mga most liquid na assets nila. Okay? So which means kung kunyari maging due na yung liability, baka kulangin si company kasi nakatay yung yung current assets sa receivables at saka sa inventories. Okay? Of course, we're only assuming, no? Because we have to know the workings of the receivables and the inventories. If kunyari, as I said a while ago, if the receivables take long to collect, then may problema, magkakaproblema yung company. No? Baka hindi sila makabayad ng current obligations nila as they fall due. Why? Kasi yung quick ratio nga nila, ito na yung readily available na cash. Cash. Kasi marketable securities, madali namang i-unload, madali siyang i-convert into cash. There's a money market, no? Yung mga kunyari mga T-bills, commercial papers, madaling ibenta, no? So that can be easily converted to cash, si marketable securities. Pero ang total pa rin niya 8 centavos lang. So sa bawat piso ng utang, yung current liability ibig sabihin magiging due dun sa dun sa current year, no? So 8 centavos lang yung pera nila, yung cash nila. Right? So this might require them to borrow para mabayaran yung mga current obligations sila. Okay? All right. How does it compare with the industry? Sa industry, ang average 1. So 1:1 lang yung industry, no? Sufficient lang yung cash, enough just to pay the current obligations. But the company, okay, hindi nga umabot ng 10 centavos. Only 8 centavos. Okay, ang available cash to pay a 1 peso of debt, current obligation. Okay, let me pause again, class. Paki-chat kung clear so far yung comparison natin dun sa liquidity ratios natin na current ratio at saka quick ratio. Clear tayo so far? Please, thank you. Okay, let's give our classmates a few more seconds. So you notice, class, itong ratio analysis, it tells a story. No? Of course, mas maiintindihan natin to pag part tayo ng company. No? If we know some details. Kunyari, usually the company will prepare what we call a aging of accounts receivable analysis. Yung accounts receivable nila, titingnan nila kung kailan yung kung kailan magiging due yan, kailan magiging collectible, okay? And then so they're able to plan and plan their cash flow also. Kasi makikita nila yung mga receivables sila, ito yung mga scheduled dates na mako-collect nila. So they can use that information for analyzing their cash flow requirements, cash flow budget. Okay, may question dito. Okay. Again, please, yung question, sino to? Jeremy, pakishare yung question mo sa class. Please, Jeremy. For the benefit of everyone. Okay, thank you. Okay, MS is marketable securities, otherwise known as short-term investments. So ito. Short-term investments or marketable securities. Okay, any other questions, class? Okay, no other questions? Okay, let's proceed. Okay, so as far as liquidity ratios, yun ang pinaka-importanting liquidity ratios. Si current ratio at saka si quick ratio. So, highlight ko lang to para a signal na tapos na natin i-discuss. Okay, so now let's go to asset management ratios. Also very important ratios as regards yung managing especially the current assets. Okay, turnover, inventory turnover. So meron tayong iba't ibang klaseng iba't ibang klaseng okay, iba't ibang klaseng turnovers, no? You have here FATO. Sulat ko ba dito? So this is your, lagyan natin ng ITO, no? So that's your inventory turnover. Okay. Ano yung ratio ng inventory turnover? What's the formula? The formula for inventory turnover is what, class? Okay, it's your, anyone? Turnover, inventory. Anyone, please? What's the formula for inventory turnover? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Jeremy. Okay, so you can see here the answer to Jeremy sa chat box. No? You're correct. It's a cost of goods sold. Okay, cost of goods sold or cost of sales divided by the average inventory. All right, so this is the formula. No? Cost of goods sold over the average inventory. Now, in sum, in some books or in some cases, you might see that it's cost of goods sold divided by the inventory. For our purposes, I prefer using average inventory. Why? There's something wrong with using just the inventory at the end of the year. Kasi cost of goods sold is a period, it's an accumulation, no? Magkano yung cost of goods sold for the whole period. Okay? So para sa akin, it's preferable to get just the average inventory from the beginning up to the ending. In fact, kung may monthly inventory nga, mas maganda nga kung ina-average yung yung inventory sa month, ano? Okay, but we don't have that figure, so we're just going to make use of the average dun sa using the beginning and the ending. Okay, so let's compute for this. So the inventory turnover is your cost of goods sold, which will be coming from the income statement divided by the average of our inventory. So this one. Average ng inventories natin. No? Oops, sorry. AR pala yan. Oops. Should be 21. Okay. For 2019, 2019, okay, although wala kasing no? So 2019 actually, wala tayong 2017, no? But nevertheless, class, sinama pa rin natin siya, no? So this will just assume that inventory did not change. Okay? All right, so just be aware of that. Ilalagay ko lang sa isang gray na box, okay? To signify that we don't have inventory for 2019. Okay, so ano ibig sabihin itong 3.86? What does this mean? Inventory turnover. Okay, it's important for us to understand what that is. Okay, so let me just draw something here. Okay, inventory turnover. So I think it's best to ITO, inventory turnover. Wait, average na, ayan, no? Yung nasa denominator. Average inventory. Ito yung formula na sinare ni Jeremy. Cost of goods sold divided by average inventory. Okay, pakita ko ulit, no? Okay, that's your cost of goods sold divided by average ng inventory, beginning and the ending. Okay. So let me go back to, okay, thank you. All right, so where was I? Yung dami ng sheets dito, no? Oops. All right. ITO. Okay, again, may kwento to class, no? Turnover, ITO, inventory turnover. So from the time the company, okay, bibili ng raw material, okay, and then this raw material will be worked on, convert to finished goods. Okay, and then and then convert to finished goods, and then convert to finished goods. No? All right. So this is from buying the raw materials, yung simula ng proseso ng production hanggang pagbenta up to selling finished goods. So from the start of the process, buy raw materials until selling the finished goods. So ano yung figure natin? Ilan siya? 3.86. Okay? So ibig sabihin yan, every year, okay, so let me draw the timeline. So kunyari every year to, no? Ito yung 1 year ng company. No? So buy raw materials, sell the goods. That's 1. Buy raw materials again, sell the goods. That's 2. Buy raw materials, sell the goods. That's 3. Buy raw materials, tapos hindi pa masisell yung goods, that's 0.86. So 3.86 times. That's the inventory turnover. So ibig sabihin, the company can, every year, sa isang taon, 3.86 niya, siya bumibili ng raw materials on the average, no? And then sell the finished goods. Okay? 3.86 times. Okay? Now, in inventory turnover, okay, the bigger, of course, the better. The bigger, the better yan. Bakit? Kasi kunyari, 10 times yung inventory turnover natin. Ibig sabihin, 10 times yung company, bumibili ng raw materials, convert to finished goods. Buy again, convert to finished goods. No? Convert to finished goods. And convert to finished goods ulit. And then convert to finished goods. No? Sorry guys. Convert to finished goods and then sell. Kasama yung selling. Convert to finished goods, sell. Convert to finish, buy raw materials, convert to finished goods, sell. Buy raw materials, convert to finished goods, sell. Buy raw materials, convert to finished goods, and then sell. So the more, okay, the bigger the inventory turnover, the better for the company. Bakit better? Kasi mas maraming beses silang nakakapag-process ng paggawa ng goods, okay, and then pagbenta. Diba? Okay, pause muna ako. Do you agree in my statement that as far as the inventory turnover is concerned, generally, the bigger the ITO, the bigger the inventory turnover, the better it is for the company. Okay? Kindly please chat kung yes or no, if you agree with that. Do you agree that as far as the inventory turnover is concerned, the bigger the value, the better? All things being equal, between two companies, all things being equal, parehong size nila, etc. Yung company na mas mabilis, mas malaki na inventory turnover is performing better than the other company. Okay, how about the others? Thank you, Isabel. Isabel lang ba ang nag-agree sa akin? How about the others? Your responses are appreciated, plus. Okay, good. Thank you. A few more seconds. Okay, sana umabot tayo ng 30. So I know you're there, you're participating, you're trying to digest what I'm saying. Okay, thank you. Let me check, baka may questions, wala naman. Okay, thank you so much. So the higher the inventory turnover, the better. Kasi ibig sabihin, mas mabilis yung pace ng production o kaya yung sales ng company. Kasi the more you sell, di ba? Doon nakasalala yung revenues eh. Kunyari, mabagal yung process. Lagi na breakdown yung machine. Lagi nasisiraan. Maraming absences lagi yung mga staff. Ang daming mga reject products. So, babagal talaga yung proseso. Di ba? So, Obviously, okay, yeah, yeah, of course, no? Sabi ni Casey dito, pwede ring pag malaki yung big yung ITO, it also means that there's a big demand for the product. Yes, it's true. Okay, we can I think logically infer that, no? Kasi syempre, hindi naman din magpo-produce yung company ng lagi, no? Kasi yung ITO, kasama din yung pagbenta. Yung pagbilang ng ITO, it includes the selling process. So, hindi yan hanggang paggawa lang. No? It includes the selling process. Okay. Okay, then, uh, parang may ano, no? May, dapat nauna tong ano, no? Ng, may kulang ako guys, sorry Apologies. Okay, kindly insert here. Paki-insert nga dito. I'm sorry about that. Kaya pala sabi ko parang nagkulang tong ano. Okay. Let's include here Arto. No? Accounts receivable turnover. Okay, so this is your Arto. And here accounts payable turnover. This is your Apto. Okay, let's discuss these two others. Okay. Yung Arto naman, yung una kanina, Aito, then you have Arto, accounts receivable turnover, and then Apto. Okay, what's the formula for Arto? Accounts receivable turnover. Obviously, guys, kung ano yung tina-turnover, yun ang nasa denominator. So we know, class, that the denominator here should be average AR. No? Okay, kasi yun ang tina-turnover natin. Nagiging divisor siya. Okay, ang question ngayon, okay, ano yung numerator niya? Ano yung partner ni AR? Anybody, please? Kasi ang partner ni inventory is cost of goods sold. Ano yung partner ni AR? Obviously, it's what? Obviously, it's what's the partner for receivables? No? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Jeremy. You're correct. It's sales. No? Sales siya. So that's the formula to get your ARTO, sales. Okay, again, we're using average AR because sales is a period figure. No? Kinocumulate yung for the whole period, for the whole year. So, parang hindi siya maganda na yung AR natin, yung December 31 lang. So what companies will do is to average it. As I mentioned a while ago, companies usually have the inventories at the end of the month. No? So pwedeng gawin yan, yung i-average yung AR monthly para it's a very better reflection of the average for the whole year kaysa isang figure lang at the end of the year or average lang ng beginning at saka ending. Of course, kung wala tayong ano, kunyari sa quiz, wala tayong ano, walang binigay na previous year na o at the beginning of the year na AR. So you're left with the use of the end of the year. Yun na lang gagamitin. Okay, so let's compute for the ARTO. And the ARTO is equal to sales divided by. So this is your average ano? Average AR there. Okay, so let's see. And let me flash my formula. So it's sales divided by the average receivables. Okay, so that's okay. All right. Hindi ko yata nabigay yung let's leave this blank first, no? I'm sorry, nawala yung dalawang ano kasi, dapat merong figure. I will have to look for that dun sa original. Let me see. Nandito ba siya? Wala, no? Na-miss out lang din dito. Sorry about that, guys. So I'll furnish the industry average. Okay, but let's just take a look at what this means. So ano naman tong ARTO? Okay, ARTO, accounts receivable turnover. And for this company, the ARTO was 9.32 times, no? Around 9 times. So what does this mean? So for the whole year, okay, from selling, no, from selling, ilan to? 9.3 or 9 na lang, no? Approximate ko lang 9. 9 times yung ARTO. Ibig sabihin, sell and then collect. Isang ano yan, no? Cycle. Sell ulit, collect. Sell, collect, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 something, no? Yan. So for the whole year, the company averages around 9.3 times na collection. Pagkabenta, collect. Pagkabenta, collect. Pagkabenta, collect. Pagkabenta, collect. On the average, 9 times. 9.3 times. Okay? Again, is this good or not? Okay, we do not evaluate ratios independently from context. Dapat may context ito. Tapos sabi natin, may dalawang context tayo dito. No? Yung una, yung sa direct competitor or sa industry. If the industry's ARTO was 12 times, let's assume it's 12 times. 12 times siya. Then, talo tayo. Talo si allied, no? Industries. Kasi, yung competitors, yung industry average is 12 times. Ibig sabihin, 12 times from the sales, collect. Okay? Sales, collect, 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 as compared to 9.3 times company. Okay? Now, may pwede makakwento dito. Number one, hindi efficient yung hindi efficient yung collection ng company. Bakit parang ang bagal niya? 9 times lang siya per year, pero yung kalaban 12 times. 3 times more. Makasaka-collect pa ng 3 plus 3 more compared dun sa company. So is there something wrong with how the company is collecting? Are there many bad debts here? Are there many uncollectible accounts? Okay, so pag ganito, yun ang titinan ng company. And besides, sabi natin, hindi lang i-benchmark against the competitor, titingnan din over time. No? You can see here that the ARTO is decreasing over time. Okay, from 9.77, 11.87, 9.32, 9.32 na lang. No? Mas mabagal yung pag-collect ng company. Okay, and then I'll furnish this next time. And most probably, ang naalala ko sa example na to, yung industry average is way more than the company's performance. So yun yung ARTO, guys. Okay, and let me pause for a while again. Let me check on you, class. Let me check your feedback. If so far, yung ARTO na to, the number of times a year a company is able to collect on their receivables. Okay? So kung mababa yan, ibig sabihin, mas mabagal yung collection nila relative to the benchmark, whether it's a company The direct competitor, or in terms of time, guys, nag-deteriorate, no? Last year, 11.87. Dito, 9.32 na lang. Okay. Kamusta ng iba? 11 pa lang? A few more seconds, guys. Hindi mo lang tayo naka 50%. Come on, guys. Come on. Just feedback, please, if okay tayo so far. Okay, thank you. All right, let me check if there are any questions. Yeah, good. So we have taken a look at ITO, inventory turnover. Ilang beses isang taon, the company is able to buy raw materials, convert to finished goods, and then sell. Okay? And then from selling, collect. Yun ang ARTO ngayon. Okay? And then on the other hand, itong APTO. As the name suggests, payable to, no? So alam natin kagad na ang denominator natin is average payables, no? Tapos ano yung ano yung numerator natin? Okay, usually naman may record yung company ng kanilang mga purchases, no? Or mga inventory purchases. But here we don't have that record yung purchases. So we'll just use COGS, cost of goods sold then, just like your inventory turnover. Okay, so let's now compute for our APTO. Our APTO is cost of goods sold, okay, divided by your average na payables natin. Okay, itong accounts payable. Okay, others would include notes payable. Okay, but let's just separate that. Yung trade payables ang tinin natin. Kasi si notes payable, may interest yan. Okay, so we have these figures. Okay, so it's 16.96%. Let's just analyze that. Okay. So, yung accounts payable up to naman, class, baliktad siya. Technically or theoretically, it's better if your APTO is shorter. No? So, si APTO, ano ibig sabihin nito? Diba 17 times si company natin? So, what does that mean? Ibig sabihin, okay, bili ng materials on account, tapos bayad. Bili ng materials on account, bayad 2, 3, 4, etc. around 17 times. No? So si company, 17 times ginagawa yun per year. Bili ng raw materials and then bayad. Bili ng raw materials and then bayad. Ano yung implication niya? Kung mas maraming beses yan, ibig sabihin nito, shorter period lang yung ano nila. Yung parang binibigay na term sa kanila. Di ba? Kasi kung maraming beses to isang taon na to, in a while we'll be converting this into days. Makikita natin, mas shorter days yung terms na binibigay sa kanila. So if a company has, let's say, 5 times lang, kunyari, 5 times lang yung APTO niya. Ibig sabihin nun, isang taon na to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times a year yung APTO niya. Ibig sabihin sa isang taon na 365 days, okay, the time it takes the company to pay its obligations, okay, mas mahaba. No? Ibig sabihin, mas mahaba yung credit terms niya. Okay, so the lower the APTO, the better for the company because it means that they have a longer period to pay their trade payables. No? And that can mean that their business partners, their creditors, give them a longer time. And nangyayari lang yan, one scenario is that you are more powerful than your suppliers. Kunyari, if you're a uh, a supplier for San Miguel Corporation, and San Miguel Corporation is very big, no? So they have the power to demand. If you want to do business with us, sasabihin San Miguel sa inyo, then provide us with, let's say, 90 days, 120-day term. Imagine, compare that to another company na wala namang hindi kilala, di ba? Can that company demand from your company to give them a 180-day term? Of course not. Pero iba to, no? Malaking company to. Si Globe na to o si San Miguel na to. And I want to be listed sa Globe as their partner, as their supplier. Kasi magagamit kung ano yun, di ba? If you're a business, you can use that reputation, you can use that fact to peddle to others that I'm a supplier for Globe. Ah, talaga? Kasi pag supplier ka ng Globe o San Miguel or those big companies, ibig sabihin, they trust you. Ibig sabihin, maganda yung performance mo, maganda yung product mo, maganda yung service na pinoprovide. Di ba? Ito yung mga underlying reasons, no? Di ba? Okay, again, pause our class. Again, as usual, okay, I hope you will you will chat kung clear yun yung implication ng nung APTO. ITO, ARTO, at saka APTO. Okay, thank you. Okay, waiting for the others to key in their comments kung okay so far yung discussion natin ng APTO. Okay, good. Okay, waiting for the others. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you responding. That means you're with me. Okay, you're here. Okay, iba naman, please. Most probably, guys, ang quiz natin next week, no? Next week, ratio analysis. And most probably then on ano siya, face-to-face. Okay, good. Thank you. Let me check kung may mga questions dito. Okay, wala naman. Mukhang clear. Huh? All right, so let's move on. Okay, if I recall right, yung up to dito ng natin, ng competitor, ng industry, is much lower. So in terms of these three factors, si ITO, si ARTO, si APTO, mas magaling yung yung industry or yung direct competitor natin. Okay. Now, I said a while ago that itong ARTO na to, itong ITO for example, itong ITO, you can look at it in terms of yung turnover times, yung 3.86 times, or similarly, you can look at it in terms of the number of days. Sige. So ito, ITO, at saka sa DIO, which is days inventory outstanding. So that's mga days inventory outstanding, or we also call it average wala. Ito na lang. Insert comment, note. So AIP is equal to average inventory period, or DIO, which is days inventory outstanding. All right, so yan ang meaning, class. So average inventory period, AIP, or days inventory outstanding. So ito related yan kay ITO. And in fact, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's only measuring different aspects. Yung turnover, how many times a year? Okay, while may binigay ba information dito about ang operating days niya? Okay, wala. We'll just assume, no? Okay, let's assume this is manufacturing. So Monday to Sunday ang trabaho nito, no? Walang on the average, walang day off kahit Christmas. Okay? Tuloy pa rin, no? So ang formula nito will be 365 divided by, okay, cost of goods sold divided by average inventory, which is equal to your 365 divided by ITO. Huh? Okay, so that's 365. Ilang times, when we divide 365, assuming that 365 is the number of operating days per year. No? So syempre, iba-iba yan. Baka in company, sabihin natin, excluding the holidays, baka 350 na lang, etc. No? So it depends. No? So let's just assume that every day may work. So 365 divided by the ITO, or that can be written as 365 times average inventory divided by cost of goods sold. Okay, so wag kayo malilito kasi minsan makakita kayo ng ganung formula, but it's the same. All right, so we'll just use this is equal to 365, although it's not good to put a number, absolute number in a formula, divided by ITO there. And 94.52. Control C, Control D. Oops, mali. Okay. All right, let's see. Kanina, we looked at ITO. And we said that yung ITO, the bigger the better. Kasi it means that, ang tawag dito guys, yung velocity or the speed by which the company is able to churn sales. So yung velocity ng sales ni direct competitor ni 6.1 is higher than that of the company. Gawin natin tong direct competitor na lang. Sorry about that. Para nakafocus lang tayo sa isang company. So si direct competitor, no? 6.1 yung ITO niya, while we're only doing 3.9. So we pale in comparison with the direct competitor kasi nga, mas mabilis siya. Gawin lang natin 1 decimal place to, hindi naman kailangan ng 2 decimal places. All right, now we can take a look at it another way. Itong days inventory outstanding or average inventory period. Okay, balikan natin itong ITO dito. Di ba, ilang beses yung natin, yung 3.86, no? 3.86 yung natin, yung ITO. Okay. Ibig sabihin yan, class, that it takes the company 94 days. Okay, rounded, no? It takes the company 94 days to buy raw materials, sell, and then manufacture and then sell. So ilang days to? This is 94 days. 94 days. 94 days. Okay, and approximately mga 94. 3.8 kasi, no? Okay, gawin ko lang kunyari 90 days. No? All right. Okay. How about our competitor? How long does the competitor take? Ano ba yung nila? 59 sila, no? Okay, sabihin natin 60. Si competitor, ganito. $60. Ba? 60 days, etc., etc. Okay? So nakailang benta na siya. Naka 6 times na benta siya. Tayo nakaka 3.86 times lang. Ba? 3.9 times. So definitely the competitor is performing better. It takes it 60 days only. Tayo 94 days. Right? So ibig sabihin after nakadalawang sales tayo, nakatatlo na sila. Right? Kasi 60, 60, 60, 180 yun. Ito, 94, 94, mga 180 din yan. So nakatatlo na sila, nakadalawa pa lang tayo. So the company is not performing well relative to asset management ratios in terms of the ITO or ang kasi nito is DIO, days inventory outstanding or average inventory period. Okay? So ganun din kay Arto. Kay Arto, okay, ito din. So this is, hindi natin ang comment to. New note. So this is DSO is equal to days sales outstanding. And then the ACP is the average collection period. Right? So you may wish to note that first. So it's days sales outstanding, okay, or average collection period. And ano yung formula nito? Ganun din. Sa isang taon ba, ilang beses ba nakakakolekta? So this is divided by yung R2 natin. So yung 365 divided by the R2, so that's 365. Actually, pwede nating ibaba ito. Kasi ano naman siya, magkasunod lang din yung, yan. Wala tayong figure dito kasi wala akong nabigay na figure dito. But I'll give this next meeting. Hindi ko lang siya na-copy. Kasi nawala yung dalawang rows. No? Okay, so ito, day sales outstanding, 39 times. 39 days. Ibig sabihin, guys, nung 2020, it took the company 30 days to collect. Ito, 39 days. Bumagal. Ano nangyayari? Is the collection department remiss in its tasks? Hindi nila ginagawa yung trabaho nila? Okay? While the competitor are able to collect fast. No? If I recall, parang 15 days na kukolekta na nila. They're able to collect. Okay, let me just, class, assume, no? Okay. Maglalagay lang akong figure dito, tapos dito, ang alam ko. Okay. So, copy this down. 12 ba? Parang 13 yata. Tapos dito. Yeah. Let's see first, no? So, pakilagay mo na dito 13 at 12. But just for purposes of discussion. But I'm going to give the exact figures. I-chat ko na lang siya, i-message ko. And then ilagay nyo dito, no? Para makita natin, ma-compare natin. Alright, so what do we have here? Diba? So yung day sales outstanding natin, si company natin, nakakolekta niya yung nabenta in around 40 days, 39 days. Ito 28 days lang, class. In fact, parang mas ano pa yata. Let me increase this, 15. So sabihin natin 15 to. So in 24 days, nakukolekta na ng company. Okay, mas ng competitor nila, mas efficient siguro yung collection process ng ng direct competitor. Okay? Siguro takot din yung mga mag-default kasi siguro ayaw nilang ma-budget dun sa company na to, and maraming possible reasons. Of course, we can only surmise and we don't have those information, but it's important for management to look deeper and see what's happening. All right. So the competitor is able to collect on their receivables 24 days. Tayo 40 days, around 40 days. So there's a big disparity. Paano mo matatalo ang isang company na grabe yung velocity ng pag-collect nila. Grabe yung velocity ng ng pagbenta nila. Converting finished raw materials into finished goods and then selling. Okay, they're doing it in 60 days, tapos. No? 60 days, nabenta na. Si company, 95 days saka mabebenta yung company natin. And they're able to collect fast, 24 days. All right? And same thing with DPO, although opposite yung ano nito, yung interpretation. No? DPO, kaya natin dito, DPO, as you know, guys, DPO equals days payable. Lagi ko na lang OS Ibig sabihin niya outstanding, no? Days payable outstanding, or APP is average payables period. Okay. All right. So let's compute for this. Ano yung DPO natin? Siyempre, ang formula nito is simply 365 divided by your APTO. Okay? 365 over your APTO, which is equal to, okay, pwede natin itong i-drag down. Okay? So pause muna ako, class. And comment please kung, wait may question dito. Clarify ko lang for ITO and R2. Yung question ni Francine. For ITO and R2, the smaller the value, the better. Hindi. ITO is turnover, no? Yung ITO, hindi days yung binibilang natin. Okay, let's go back here. ITO, the bigger the better. Kasi ang binibilang natin dyan yung how many times a year. Okay, let me once again go to our example. Ang example natin, yung company natin, 3.8 times yung ITO niya. Yung competitor, ilang times yun? Ilang times ba si competitor? 6 times, no? 6 times si competitor. All right. So mas malaki si ITO ni competitor 6 times. So sino mas maganda? Mas maganda yung sa competitor na 6 times. Kasi ibig sabihin nun, 6 na beses sa isang taon. Okay? Times guys, hindi yan days. No? 6 times sa isang taon, nakakabenta, bili ng raw materials, convert to finished goods, sell. Bili ng materials, convert to finished goods, sell. Bili ng raw materials, convert to finished goods, sell. On the average, 6 na beses na gagawa ng competitor niyan sa isang taon. Tayo, 3.8 times lang. Okay? Alright, balik ako dun sa question. For ITO and R2, the smaller the value, the better. Hindi. The bigger the value, the better. Kasi ang binibilang natin sa ITO, ilang beses sa isang taon. No? Ilang beses sa isang taon nangyayari. Okay? So pag mas maraming beses sa isang taon, nakaka-convert into finished goods and sell, mas maganda yan. Okay? Iba naman yung okay? Yung up to mamaya, no? Tapos, the value, the better. The smaller the value, the better kasi it means longer. For up to, the higher the value, the better kasi shorter. For up to, the smaller the value, the better. Okay? Anong binibilang? Take a look at it, guys, kung ano mini-measure natin. Sa up to, ang mini-measure natin, ilang beses sa isang taon nangungutang tapos nagbabayad ng payable. Okay? So yung up to natin, ilan? Yung up to natin is 17 times, no? Ito, yun natin. 17 times. Yung competitor, 12 times. So sino mas maganda? Ito, yung 12, yung lower. Bakit? Kasi ibig sabihin nun, mas konting beses sa isang taon tayo pinapabayad ng payables natin. Okay? Pag mas konti yan, ibig sabihin, mas longer yung terms na binibigay sa atin. As computed from DPO and APO. Tingnan nyo to. Ito, in 21 days, dapat nakabayad na tayo. Si competitor, in 30 days. So bakit ganun? Kasi mas longer yung term na binibigay sa kanila. Right? Sa atin, siguro may record tayo na hindi maganda yung pagbayad natin. So what happens is that okay, mas konti yung yung binibigay na na ano sa atin na terms, no? Okay, pause ulit ako. Did that answer your question? Okay, thank you, Francine. Any other questions, guys? Thank you, Francine, for the question. Okay, I'm pretty sure na gano'n din siguro yung sentiment ng iba, yung misunderstanding ng iba, but thank you for voicing that out. Okay, mag-chat ulit tayo please kung maliwanag yung ITO, ARTO at saka APTO. Summarize ko lang, yung ITO at saka ARTO, okay, the bigger the measure is, the better. Okay, bakit? Bakit the bigger the measure, the better? Kasi it counts ilang beses, si ITO ilang beses, bibili ng raw materials, convert to finished goods, and then sell. Di ba yung concept na yon, mas maraming beses na gagawa sa isang taon, mas maganda. Okay, ganun din kay ARTO. Ilang beses nakakabenta, tsaka collect. Benta, collect, benta, collect. Pag mas maraming beses yun, mas maganda. Okay? Now, kapag mineasure na natin si DIO at saka si DSO, okay, ano nangyayari dito? Nagiging opposite na siya, no? Kasi i-divide na natin yung R2 at saka I2. So, si DIO, sabi nga natin to, pinsan to ni ITO. Okay, anong ibig sabihin ng 60? 60 days to. 60 days for the company to buy raw materials, convert to finished goods, and then sell. Okay, 60 days lang, kompleto na yun. Samantalang si 94.5 days, mas malaki. Mas malaki yung DIO ng company natin. So, itong DIO at saka DSO, the bigger, okay, the less favorable. Or the smaller, the better. Okay. Although magpinsan yan, guys, si ITO at saka si DIO, pero yung number sila baliktad. No? Si ITO, the bigger, the better. Si DIO, the smaller, the better. Pero pareho lang yun sila. They're measuring the same thing. Okay? So I hope that's clear, class. No? Ganun din si ARTO. The bigger, okay, the better. Pero pag titingnan natin yung pinsa niya, si DSO, na related silang dalawa, di ba? The smaller, the better. And they're measuring the same thing. Si DSO ang measure ilang araw. Si ARTO ang measure ilang times a year. Okay, but conceptually they're the same. Okay, pause. Okay, again guys, tanong ko kayo, clear ba yung concept ng ITO in relation to DSO? ARTO in relation to, ITO in relation to DIO, ARTO in relation to DSO, and APTO in relation to DPO. Okay, I'll wait for your chat, class. And if you have questions, take the courage, like si Francine. Thank you, Francine, again. Yeah, ask questions kasi sabi nga natin, importante sa atin yung nagtatanong. Don't pretend that you understood, pero hindi pala maganda hindi pala maliwanag yung pag-explain ko. So mas ma-appreciate natin yung yung open tayo at nagtatanong tayo. Okay. Let's wait for the others to comment. Kasi hindi man lang umaabot ng 50% guys yung nagre-respond, no? Which is a pretty, very, very pitiful, pitiful response rate from your end. Again, ang daming kwento kasi niyan, no? Either, kasi naka-record naman yan, kaya labas na lang ako. Basta andyan ako sa attendance. Pwede rin yun na wala kayo dito, wala kayo dyan. Ibig sabihin, andyan lang kayo, naka-ano kayo sa, pero you're there, you're outside or wherever you are. Kasi magtatanong ko bakit yes lang or no, bakit it takes long. Tsaka ba't hindi lahat nagre-respond? Kasi pwede naman no yung answer nyo. Tapos sometimes, notice ko bigla nawawala. Either na-disconnect or, I don't know, maybe other reasons. So, hindi pa ako naka 100% na response from you guys. Which just tell me really na, na hindi lahat talaga nakafocus, no? Like, now, yes or no lang. 24 lang out of 37. So, what happened to the rest? Naputol yung kamay, hindi na maka-chat ng yes or no. Isa lang ibig sabihin nun, guys. You're not paying attention. You're not listening. You're not there in your workstation. Ganun lang talaga yun. So, kaya ito yung mahirap pag, online. So, let's wait for the others. Yung 13 na missing in action. Yan. Ang tagal, no? Really so long to respond. Okay, thank you. Okay. All right, let's go to operating cycle now. Ano yung operating cycle? Okay, sige. Thank you, Jeremy. Question daw ng relation ng APTO at saka DPO. Okay. Let's go back to DPO. Thank you for that question. I appreciate the question. APTO, ano mini-measure natin ito? Ilang beses sa isang taon? Tingnan natin guys, ano yung incident, ano yung event? Yung event, mangungutang, okay? On terms, yung raw material siguro, and then babayaran. Yung event pag payables, di ba? Accounts payable di ba? So alam natin, accounts payable to, so trade payable to. So ang pinag-uusapan natin dito, yung pagbili ng raw material on account at saka yung pagbayad. So ganun lang yon. Tingnan lang natin yung title, no? Turnover. Ano ibig sabihin ng turnover? Ilang beses. Okay? How many times a year? So ang tanong, ilang beses sa isang taon bumibili ng raw materials on account and then binabayaran. Okay? Yun ang issue dito. Yun ang mini-measure natin dito. So, ang formula natin, cost of goods sold over average accounts payable. Okay, 12 times. Ano ibig sabihin ng 12 times? 12 beses sa isang taon, bumibili tayo ng raw material and then pay. 12 times. So kung 12 times a year, on the average, parang parang monthly. Monthly siya. Yung activity natin yan. On the average. Okay, is that good or bad? Again, we cannot answer that in isolation. We have to compare that. Okay? Kung i-compare natin yung direct competitor, okay, sorry. Tayo, yung company, days payable outstanding, 21 days. Sorry, hindi. Ito, up to 17 times a year. So 17 times a year, ibig sabihin nun, 17 times each year, bumibili tayo ng raw material and then pay. Kung 17 times a year yan, ibig sabihin, more than once a month. Diba? 17 times, 12 months lang eh. Ibig sabihin, more than once a month yung average niya. Okay? Si competitor 12 times lang. Okay, sabi natin sa up to, the lower the better. Unlike ITO. Bakit the lower the better? Kasi mas konti yung beses na nagbabayad tayo sa isang taon. Tayo, yung company natin, 17 times, si direct competitor 12 times. So sino mas magaling? Tayo o sila? Mas magaling sila. Kasi tayo 17 times tayo nagbabayad. Times notice 17 times. Yung 17 times na yan, ibig sabihin yan, in 21 days, no? In 21 days, magbabayad tayo. Okay? Si competitor, 12 times yung up to niya, which means in 30 days siya nagbabayad. Okay? So since mas matagal yung yung payment period, mas okay yon. Okay, kasi pwede pa natin magamit yung cash for other purposes. Kaysa ibabayad na kagad natin sa sa cost tayo magbabayad So tayo umutang sa supplier natin. Okay. Francine, did that answer your question? Jeremy pala, sorry. Jeremy, did that answer your question? Okay. Thank you. Sorry, Francine. Si Jeremy pala nang tanong. All right. Okay. So I hope that's clear, class. Okay. Thank you for your questions. I really appreciate it. And I really commend you. Kasi it takes courage, guys, no? To come from vulnerability. Ibig sabihin, ba't nga kaya hindi maintindihan? I'm not saying that that will happen, but some are hesitant. Human nature yan. No? Hindi lang sa mga estudyante, kahit kanino. Some would rather keep silent. Kahit na hindi naiintindihan. Kasi nga, ang hirap baka yung mga thoughts na papasok, naku, baka i-judge ako ng mga tao na na hindi ko alam. Na ang tagal ko naman makaintindi. These are ego thoughts that come to us. But if you're coming from a space of vulnerability and a space of humility and a space of acceptance, you will not hesitate to ask questions. Okay? And I really commend those who would ask questions. That's why sabi nga natin, dito sa environment natin dito, everyone is free to ask questions. So we encourage that. Okay? And I'm so thankful for these people who ask questions. Mabuhay kayo at maraming salamat. Okay? All right. Operating cycle. Ano naman tong operating cycle? Si operating cycle, ang measure natin, okay, days to days, no? Days itong operating cycle, Ilang araw yung company bibili ng raw materials, okay? Ipoprocess nila yon, convert to finished goods, ibebenta, tapos ibebenta on account, tapos mako-collect nila. Yun yung operating cycle. So can anybody please give me the formula for the operating cycle? Ilang araw muna bago ng company bibili sila ng raw material, convert to finished goods, ibebenta, mako-collect. Yung cycle na yon, ilang araw yon, ang tawag doon, operating cycle. So what's the formula for that? You should be able to answer that, class. Okay, anyone please? Any guess? Andiyan na yung sagot. Nagawa na natin yan. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Very good. Casey and Joseph, thank you so much. You're correct. Tama. Tama. Days inventory outstanding plus days sales outstanding. Yeah, very good. DIO plus DSO. Yan. inad lang natin, no? Kasi yung inventory outstanding, days inventory outstanding, ilang days bibili ng raw materials, convert to finished goods, sell. Tapos si DSO naman, pagkabenta, ilang days bago makukolekta. So, our operating cycle is DIO plus DSO. So, makukompute natin to, no? Is equal to sum ng DIO, DSO. Yan. Ito, pwede natin oops. At mali. Mali yung pag-copy ko ng formula. Sum nito. Okay. Alright, tingnan natin ha. Sige, aralin natin to. Kasi importante itong operating cycle na to eh. This is called also the cash-to-cash cycle. Ano tong cash-to-cash cycle? Okay, simple lang siya. No? So, simula tayo. Simula. Bibili ng raw material. Convert to goods. Sell. Collect. No? This is your operating cycle. Okay? So tayo, ang operating cycle natin, ilan? 134 days, approximately. 134 days. Okay? Bili ng raw materials, convert to finished products, and benta, and then collect. Which is, kasi ano ba yung DIO natin? DIO is 60 plus 24. No? I-whole number ko lang ha. 60 dito, and then 24 dito. Ilan yan? 60, 24. Ay, hindi, mali. 96, 39. 94, 94. Okay, round off ko lang ha, 40. 94, 40. Okay? 134 days lahat. Samantalang si competitor, tingnan natin si competitor. 60, 24. Ay, mali ako dito. 94, 40 pala. Sorry. Ayan. Tapos ito naman si competitor. Operating cycle niya, 84 days. Ay, yeah. 84 days. 60, 24. Okay. Another 84 days, makaka-dalawang cycle na si ano. Kasi 84 plus 84, mga 168, no? Samantalang si ano, nasa 134 day, katatapos pa lang niya makakolect. So we can see here the great disparity between our company. APP stands for average payment period, or average payable period, or average payment period. Okay, thank you for that question. All right. So kita nyo, class, yung disparity nito. 84th day, yung company natin nagmamanufacture pa lang. Hindi pa nga kompletong i-convert to finished goods eh. Diba? Kasi by day 94, saka lang mako-convert into finished goods and mabibenta. Ito 84 days, tapos na. Collected na. Diba? Collected na yung account. Dito, hindi pa nga nabibenta. 10 days before ibenta ng company natin on the average, na-collecta na ni company B, ni direct competitor, yung account nila. So you can really see here how fast the competitor is and how slow we are. So makikita natin yan sa benchmarking dito. 133 days, 134 days operating cycle. The time it takes a company to buy raw materials, convert to finished goods, sell, and then collect. Samantalang si competitor, 84 days lang. Wow. Okay, so talagang tambak tayo. No? Tambak tayo ng direct competitor. And management has to look at this. Okay, bakit ganun? Is it because bago na yung mga equipment nila, ang bilis ng equipment nila, kaya nakakapag-manufacture sila ng mabilis? Walang masyadong mga wastage kasi lumang-luma na yung equipment natin. So part of finance dictates that, tingnan, investing problem ba to? Okay? Ay, ala, o nga pala, naku, sorry guys. Oy, thank you. Bad, very bad. Okay, sorry. Let me, Oy, o nga pala. Grabe. Pasensya na,